consequences of people like Alex Jones. You mad, bro? You mad, bro?
Yo.
Don't get triggered. Are you mad, bro? You mad, bro?
And
So they made all these really bad, like, satanic investigation type videos, like the Geraldo one, and there's like another one, and then so then that's the Satanic Panic. Some videos that they created. So like, but what really happened is, it was on the news that there was, these kids were molested and they were threatened to keep their mouth shut, and they said they were filmed. There's pictures taken. So it's basically, it was like kiddie porn. So the early reports were like, the teachers were dressed in like witches, and the little kids said they could fly or some shit, but you know, they might have been drugged, who knows. But the tunnels were found. You know, like the whole like the shit happened. There was like physical evidence on those kids. The original person that called the cops or whatever, she was going to testify, she committed suicide. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that word. But yeah, she offed herself or whatever, so they say, right before the trial, the day before. And that happened to like 2 other people, something like that. It was like 5 or 6 murders connected to the case. I seen a video recently, it was pretty good on it. But anyway, it totally happened. I feel like everything was to cover up that shit, because it seemed to connect to, at least to the music industry, to Bill Medley. But like the kids reported seeing that karate dude. What's his name? They make all the jokes about him, the karate dude. You know what I'm talking about. But who knows? A lot of people looked like that fool back in the day. That was like a common look for white people. Chuck Norris, the Chuck Norris haircut. That was like a common haircut. Funny style looking motherfuckers, but they're little kids, so like they, you know, people look alike. So I don't know. It wasn't like strong evidence that it connected to like entertainment. It was just Bill Medley's wife was killed after dropping off her son at McMartin, and then the real father, because Bill Medley was the stepfather of that kid, Damien. The real father, who lived in Oregon, drove off a cliff. You know, it's like a bunch of mysterious shit happened. Many murders and shit. Like at least 6, but anyway.
Yeah, well, I should say that in recent months, me and a few associates are concentrating right now on the sort of think tank
This guy talks like a retard.
aspect of a project called Oasis. And Oasis is a movement which I and others have founded around the world to
Movement. This dude and his fake movements, his fake fucking band, Radio Werewolf. His fake everything, dude, is fake. He started a foundation. Fucking ridiculous. It's like Atwa, fake ass fucking environmentalist, fucking bullshit ass group.
Counter what we see as one of the greatest threats to spiritual advancement, but also just to general intellectual development and a cancer in our society in general worldwide. And a number of us have come together who have been concerned about this threat. And what I'm referring to is the, obvious prevalence of what I would call not conspiracy theory, but conspiracy fantasy, unfounded, completely ridiculous, emotionally based propaganda narratives, usually informed by a very clear political partisan ideology, and yet pretending to be veiled to be secret information. And what I'm talking about is unfounded conspiracy fantasy. Am I saying that there are no conspiracies? Of course, there are conspiracies, but we need to get into that and approach that with critical reasoning and logic. So, unfortunately, a lot of these people who are infected with this kind of thinking, and I have compassion for them, actually. I don't see them.
Yeah, this is a year ago. New Perspective made all those videos 2 years ago. This dude's heated, man. Somehow he found out about it, and now he's heated. But dude's a joke.
As an enemy to be destroyed, but fellow human beings to be awakened from delusional thinking, which is being foisted on them by exploitative, manipulative forces. The very thing that they fear and hate is what is steering them into delusional and untrue thinking. So Oasis is a project that we are looking at this point. It is just a think tank. We are studying, where do these ideas come from? Who is spreading them? The old Latin question, qui bono, who benefits from the spreading of them? What are the historical roots of these?
Dude's clueless. It's called Genesis Communication Network, aka InfoWars, True Frequency Radio. It's the conspiracy industrial complex. It goes back to fucking Art Bell, fucking Hancock, Von Däniken. It goes back to the 70s. It's the same people. It's the gatekeepers. Some of them are government agents, whatever, or maybe all of them are. Who knows? But all the info comes from the same people. You fucking noob.
These things. They didn't just come spontaneously. Many of them have a built-in agenda, usually a political partisan one, either left-wing or right-wing, or for particular political individuals. So
it's mostly right-wing. It was a lot of conspiracy shit was left-wing. Now it's all right-wing. It's pretty much all right-wing. Maybe it was always right-wing. You just didn't notice it.
Yeah, so I have been looking at this for quite a long time, and I think
the anti-nuclear propaganda was definitely left-wing.
Important thing is, out of personal experience, of course, pretty much as soon as I began my public career with Radio Werewolf, and in the 1980s.
This fool made a couple albums that are really terrible. It's like music no one would ever listen to by a fake ass gothic band. New P already put it out on that video on 33 equals hoax, or hoax equals 33, that channel. Just watch that.
I became the target of the satanic panic immediately, even before
the target. What a joke. You're a crisis actor, bro.
That had a name. So I'm all too keenly aware of just how dangerous, how insane, and how completely detached from reality this kind of thinking can be. And Xena, my ex-wife, and I sort of thought, that had been quelled, that the satanic panic had been ended, largely because of her doing, because of her very fierce public representation on television and the media, fighting it aggressively. She did an excellent job of defeating the satanic panic by saying,
So dumb. The whole thing's so dumb. Like the narrative. Like, come on, dude.
I am a real person, your accusations are lies, and I refute them. And over the years, since we have moved to Europe, particularly in the Anglo-American sphere, this kind of satanic-based conspiracy thinking has really become part of the mainstream, to the point of it's infected, the very heart of mainstream American politics, and it's infecting the whole Western world largely now. So I have to point out, this comes from my own personal experience with this. I am daily a target of conspiracy.
This fool does not live in fucking Europe. He lives somewhere in the valley. His wife lives out here too. Like, this fool's a joke.
Thinking I've been accused of absolute nonsense since I was in my 20s. So, it's personal to me, and I see how delusional it is. I mean, I know, and I happen to be in a position to have known many of the other people who are dragged into these conspiracy plots, so I can refute them. So that, as a general introduction, I just wanted to add that this is not just an intellectual abstract thing I'm considering. I consider it a real threat to society, and even part of my spiritual teaching, because it's if at the heart of spiritual awareness is truth, and when you have this many millions of people caught up in untruth,
normally have associated with conspiracy.
Yeah, anyway. Fuck that guy. He was heated. I was just looking for when he's all mad talking about that. But he'll just talk forever. But like the video that New P made just totally exposed. Like, it has like over 1,000 views on it, and it's on BitChute too. So that fool's done. Besides the other, the dude that was like pen pals with Charles Manson, his real friend, what's his name, Michael Channels, already exposed this dude. Like, he's like, this fool didn't know, he only visited Charles Manson twice, and he was like trying to make money off him, like some book he made and some other book, like some video he made. So like, he's got like zero credibility, like the Paul cast, whatever, that's all about Charles Manson. They fucking suck. They're fucking they're like, I'd said comments on some of their live streams, and they just like block my shit, dude. Like, they're fucking gatekeepers. They're a joke. They fucking came out of nowhere. All they did was talk about Charles Manson, and they, like, in a couple months, they got, or however long it was, they got thousands of subs, and they don't talk about nothing but Charles Manson. Like, how many people are into Charles Manson, dude? It can't be that many, dude. For, like, once you see enough of the little documentaries on Charles Manson, alright, you got it, dude. Like, I don't know. There's not much to it. It's one of those, like, it's just like a waste of time.
But yes, it distorts the relative size of nations and continents.
A lot of people overlook this video. Like, a lot of people overlook this video, and it's like, it's the fucking smoking gun that this shit is all fake and shit. Because this is the last mission off of the moon. So they're all in that thing, right? Whatever it's called, the Lamb or whatever. And they're about to blast off. But something's filming it. But they didn't have, like, everything I looked at, I couldn't find where they had a video camera. What, they bought a video camera that was transmitting back to Earth. Everything I looked at, they talk about the Hasselblad. That was the still photographer, the still camera, right? I'm not sure. But I looked at what film camera did they use? Or video camera. All I could find is film cameras. So, this video, if this was filmed on the moon and everyone left the moon, how did they develop the film and bring it back to Earth? Or if they had a video camera on there, just like basically like a security camera, why isn't there more footage from this spot right here? Just like days and days of footage. Why isn't it? If this isn't a film camera, if it's a video camera, it's some sort of surveillance camera on the moon, why isn't there more footage? This is where their story is it's done. Like you could show all the other evidence. It doesn't matter. This right here kills everything. Proves that it's fake. That's all I'm saying. We all know it's fake. We all know it's fake 100,000 times over. But this shit is like smoking gun. Anyone that fucking can understand logic can look into this and be like, oh yeah, that shit's fake. Besides the fake background, and you can see the fucking line right here. Right? There's the line, fake background. The horizon is like right there. Like, come on, when you are... It's ridiculous. It's obvious studio.
Arm is S. Okay, I'm going to get the pro. 99, proceeded, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Vector good. Ag side. Pitch over.
Roger, you have good thrust.
Okay, 30 seconds. 308, your number. Okay, coming through 1,500 feet. An arm is S. Okay, I'm going to get the pro.
Let me take out these fucking... This shit's ridiculous.
99, proceeded, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston.
Then it
Vector
pans
good.
up.
Ag side.
It's remote controlled perfectly. Pans up.
Pitch over.
Roger, you have good thrust.
If they could pan it up and down and whatever, why didn't they just have continuous footage from the moon?
Okay,
Like, yeah,
30
look at this
seconds.
camera up here. I don't know about it. Yeah, this video on Barry Dubin, aka Shrek. Fucking clown. It's got like a lot of views, like 1.3 thousand. That's just on here. On BitChute, it's like, I think it's around 1,000 or more. So like the word is out on this guy, and it's like people that care about this, because no one cares about this guy. So it's all like everyone that's into the whole Manson thing has seen this video, which was like 2 years ago, and then he got triggered, and then he came out fairly recently talking about conspiracy theories and propaganda, when he's like obvious, like an obvious crisis actor or something, like some sort of actor. Like this video, look, let's just go over this video real quick. Not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll just get to
Most vile, evil group.
the first time you ever hear of this guy. He's on Wally George, which was like the original sensationalized fucking TV show, like getting all crazy. Like, that was the alarm that I said too much and I have to go. Now, Wally George was original Jerry Springer. So he first shows up on this fake ass show. Like failed actors, you know, they would get gigs on like The Dating Game or like game shows and shit. And that's what this is. He's just a failed actor. posing as like a gothic, had some fake ass band. He made some shitty ass music. These fools look like goons too. Super nerdy. Look at this dude. Yeah, these are like fake gothics. It's hilarious. They're all wearing white makeup, trying to be vampires. There's a funny ass question in the crowd. Hold up.
All I see before me is a very large,
Yeah, right here. This part's funny.
if not, just sit.
Why do you guys dress like that?
What's your question?
Why do you dress like that? Why do you guys look like idiots? Answer me! Answer!
Idiocy is in the eye of the beholder, and all I see before me is a very large, stupid idiot.
I mean, it's pretty gay looking outfit, but I mean, it's like some goth style. Nah, she looked alright. She's okay. She does look like, what's her name? Fucking Taylor Swift, kinda. That fool is balding already pretty badly. Look at that shit. How old is this dude? That fool is not in his 20s, I don't think, right there. And this is in the 80s. So how old is this guy really? He's got to be at least 30 right here, right? And this is like what, 85? Like 40 years ago. This dude's like 70 years old. I don't know. But here's the proof that he was like a low-level actor. Then he showed, I don't know what year this movie is, but it stars Wolfman Jack. Who, I don't even know who Wolfman Jack is. He would just be on random shows back in the 80s. He was some sort of DJ or some shit. I don't know. Nobody knows. I asked like my parents, and they're like, I don't know who that guy is. He just started showing up in the 80s. But this is some weird ass like, he just shows up and he plays a terrible song. This song's terrible.
I never heard such an ugly noise.
I think that's Kenneth Anger, the Satanist dude. But I'm not sure. But that's not gothic music. That's fucking comedy music. That's not like...
Dad, this is the happiest day of my life. Money can buy happiness, can't it?
Don't you forget it. I never heard such an ugly...
That music is fucking trash. You can't be serious, dude.
We seek to bring about a youth that has closed its heart to pity. All of the humanist values that Judeo-Christianity has encouraged, we want to wipe them out. It's led to democracy, social humanism, the idea of equality. All of this filth has to be wiped out if the human race is going to continue to take the...
So is this guy serious? Like, his thing now is like he was just gaslighting everybody. He was just gaslighting everyone. But he's like on this serious, the dude, this other guy, he's a crisis actor too, in my opinion. Metzger, the racist dude, the head of war, white Aryan resistance, war skins, was part of it.
Next step in evolution.
What do you believe that would be like if you were in control?
People really think this dude is real. Like in prison, met all these skinheads and white supremacists. I think this guy's real. But then you just like you find out like it was all like a controlled thing. All the skinhead shit, all the white supremacy shit, all the militia shit. It's controlled. It's just like the flat Earth fucking meetups, you know. Like people really believe this shit, but they're being guided by a fucking bunch of fucking people trying to make money.
As far as your attitudes towards your own people.
Well, we are in control because basically we are not a political organization, we are an occult organization. We're working behind the scenes to manipulate the way that people think. The war that we are waging is a guerrilla.
He's like saying, yeah, I'm a fucking crisis actor doing a PSYOP. Right there. Like
guerrilla war on the human mind.
This guy can't be serious.
And we use musical frequencies, the dominant frequency, which I've referred to before, and symbolism and imagery to awaken.
Yeah. Fucking clown, dude. Let me see.
Awaken dormant aspects of the human mind.
Where's my wallet?
This low level
order, and in our opinion,
August 8, 1969. To all dope heads, drug befuddled crusaders of the army.
He's just like some sort of performer, you know. You can't take this dude serious. And then later he's like this researcher. And he just knows everything about Manson, and he knows everything about like Satanism in movies. I don't know, man. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm not part of the CIA," or like laughs out like, it's not, like that's not how it works. Like, of course you're not part of the CIA. The CIA has production companies, right? It's admitted in the church committee fucking trial and shit that they set up false narratives and all this other shit. So you could have been hired by CIA and like for your shitty music, your shitty books, for all the shit, the bullshit that you created, which fit their narrative. Yeah, you have plausible deniability, right? You never worked for the CIA. You never worked for no one. But like no gothic person listens to Radio Werewolf, or most probably never even heard of the shit. But like, if something is like legit in that goth world, it's legit forever. There's no fake ass shit in that world, you know, that survives. Like there might be fake shit for a minute, but it doesn't survive throughout, because that's a real specific sub fucking culture, and this dude's totally faking it. It's obvious. This broad too is a weirdo televangelist broad, so she's full of shit in a different way. But you know, she's for the good side, but they're both crisis actors. I think she might even talk in tongue. Anyone that talks in tongue or heals people, like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, New P, this is like his best channel yet, I think. He doesn't promote it or nothing, and it's got like 52 subs. He hasn't put nothing out for like a year. But he told me he's going to put something out soon. He's just been busy.
In the pool, and she'd often...
To me, this is the proof that at least Sharon Tate was not killed. I think probably most likely everyone at that house was not killed. So you're like, well, what about the broads that went to prison? And I even know people that were supposedly locked up with these broads at Chowchilla or wherever the fuck it was. And so like many people have seen these people in prison. But then there's like footage or like Van Houten, I guess, got like day passes or some shit, weekend passes at some point. She was like able to go home or something. After the murders, Polanski and Tate were spotted in like Brazil or England or some shit. So I don't know, like if these broads were like really on acid, being mind controlled, it seems like Mattson was under mind control too, or maybe he was part of it, or like, who knows, man? I don't know how to explain it, but if that is Sharon Tate right there, and that's Patty Tate, it's the same fucking person, because there's no way sisters could have identical fucking ears and identical fucking expressions. It's too alike, dude. There's no way.
Lay down, take naps, and I'd sit and...
Yeah, that's her, dude.
By the hour, you know, she'd let me hang on to her belly to try to in the pool, and...
I looked way deeper into this, and there's no... So there's 3 sisters, and they're never shown together, ever. Show me that picture where they're all together, because it doesn't exist. Because there's also Deborah, right? And they're different ages, but they were all alive together at the same time, and there's no pictures of them together ever. But anyway, Charles Manson said the murders at the La Biancas were over the Black Book of Hollywood, and the murders, the alleged murders at CeeLo Drive were about these like blackmail tapes that Jay Sebring had. So why would they be at why wouldn't they just go to Jay Sebring's house, right? Because he supposedly worked with the mob. Like his real name is Thomas Coomer or something like that, and he was like special forces or military intelligence, right? Over there in Laurel Canyon. But CeeLo Drive was Benedict Canyon, but Laurel Canyon is like the next canyon over, something like that. But yeah, the murders were supposed to be about the blackmail tapes with Yul Brynner having sex with Peter Sellers and Mama Cass and some other shit. It was all gay shit. Or that Mama Cass was having sex with a German Shepherd. Couple things. Anyway, it's in that fucking interview. He might have made a video about this. Let's see. Yeah, dude, New P thought of everything.
Lino Blanca was killed for a black phone book with all the numbers in it. The phone numbers that controlled the music fund. He bought it from the head for Rosemary's Baby. They was the cult. Did they tell you about all the film that they got with the dogs and the chauffeurs that came out of the black and white when Yul Brynner and Peter Sellers paid $30,000 to get the videotapes back that they had done with the pornography where they was gobbling on each other's knobs in the closet with Sharon, poor Sharon, beautiful Sharon.
mean, like, it's right there, dude. He tells you right there. If you believe those murders happened. He wasn't there, right? So how would he know if they even happened? But that was the narrative. Like, they could have all been... It could have been like some, like in the military, it's just like need to know basis, you know what I mean? I'm over it. Yeah, I forgot to show this. Hold on. This is this dude. Peter Bay. I'm not sure his name. But the valuetainment guy. He's like a pyramid scheme dude that now he's like he just came out of nowhere right around COVID time, and now he's like has 6 million subscribers out of nowhere. This guy just shows up, starts interviewing everyone. He's just like, where did this dude come from? But anyway, just show this, just to show like what he's low-key pushing, real low-key.
Well, everybody wanted to know what happened here. Play this clip, Rob. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Maybe you can lower the audio a little bit.
He's just showing like this is George Bush Sr.'s funeral, and all these fools get envelopes. I'm gonna turn this off so I don't get some copyright strike. I might have already got it, but they all get envelopes. That's Biden's wife. At a funeral, someone's handing them envelopes, which is weird, right? Is that Dick Cheney? I'm not sure. Big Mike. So that, like, that just popped on the screen real quick. This is on his video. Paul David or whatever his name is. Let me go back. So this is like, it just flashed this on the video for like half a second, but it's like pushing Q, like some more shit's gonna happen, right? And this is 2 weeks ago, a little before the election. I didn't watch the rest of the video. I just thought that was interesting and weird, and like, all right, so he's president now, nothing can stop him now, so let's see these mass arrests. Let's see people hung in public. Let's see it. Tribunals. Let's see it.